Hey you guys, this is gonna be a reading from me and well, who else really, but this one's gonna be on messages from your higher self, and I am using the wisdom of the oracle for the cards you get to pick from, and the rest are all pre-picked and pre-shuffled. So yeah, dun dun dun. Doing this one as the previous reading was to do with your shadow self, so I figured, well, if I'm gonna do the integrating your shadow, then I might as well do one for your higher self. So yeah, messages from your higher self. Dun, dun, dun. Pile 1 please, messages from your higher self, thank you. Pile 2, messages from your higher self. Okay, and then pile 3, messages from your higher self. Dun, dun, dun. Hey yo, I'm gonna start picking if you don't throw a card. Messages from your higher self. Pile 1, no place like home. Pile 2, time to go. Okay, interesting. And then pile 3, thinker. Are these all? Huh, okay. Interesting, they're all in the between 40s and 50s, but there we have it. These are your piles. Please feel free to pick, and I will begin in a few seconds, I guess. But yeah. Hope that's been enough. I'm gonna start with pile 1. No place like home. Cool. Well, no place like home. I feel like you're creating the reality you wish to see in your present life. You may be decorating, you may be making yourself feel safe, both internally and also in your external reality. And the message from your higher self here is that you are exactly where you need to be. And if you feel like you're struggling, or like things aren't working in your favor or anything like that, try to look at it from it. I know that sounds gonna sound shit, but like from a better perspective, or from a different perspective, where things, even if you don't understand how they're gone, what the fuck is wrong with me? How they're going on right now, it still makes sense, or it will make sense later, basically. No place like home. You're home. But you have to realize that you yourself are your own home first as well. And no other person can be your home too. Okay. Next cards we have, or the first ones are from the Weird Cat Tarot, and we have the Devil. And the King of Wands. Okay, messages from your higher self. Be careful who you surround yourself with, because they can drag you down and they make you feel like you're not home. Putting yourself first is key, but not to the expense of other people here with the Devil, and same with the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is incredibly confident. This does give me player energy though together, but this is about messages from your higher self. So maybe be careful who you're surrounding yourself with in a romantic sense. Or not to entangle yourself with people who seem like they're confident on the forefront, but an absolute mess on the inside in terms of confidence levels, insecurities. What do you even? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as be careful of like who you surround yourself with, so more so on the romantic front than friendship wise, basically. Because you are your home, and if you are building your home and someone is there to deteriorate it, oof, that's tough. Next cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the 8 of Swords, the Hermit, and the Sun. Okay, whatever you're doing internally, it's working. All of that help you're giving yourself, like the nurture. Oh my god, the nurturing energy, the love, the desire, all of that jazz that you're doing behind closed doors, literally. Even if it feels like you are stuck, you're finding the answers and you're bringing the sun back into your life, basically. You're going from the Devil to the sun, quite frankly. I mean, first the Hermit must be, you know, the energy itself must be embodied, because if this is bad habits, if it's not a person, if it's bad habits that you possess in yourself, then you're looking clearly at what you're doing, basically. And even if you feel stuck, you're finding your way out of that, basically. And you're doing so confidently, although Yeah, again, Eight of Swords is very confused. Kind of stuck there purposefully, making things harder for yourself for some of you. But you know, no pain, no gain. But at the same time, sometimes it's okay to take the easy way out, the easy route, whatever you want to call it, really. But you don't need to make things overly hard for yourself, basically. To reach the sun, to reach the pinnacle, it doesn't have to be hard. That hustle culture mentality and things like that, rest is also necessary. Rest is like one of the most important things you can do to help yourself, because it has to be equal. If you're burning yourself out, which this can also mean technically, if you're burning yourself out, you need to realize that you are your home, and if you take care of yourself, the world will take care of you too. So I feel like this is a message to maybe not slow down necessarily, but look at yourself clearly and find points where you feel confident and emphasize them, basically. Not to the point where you feel like you're becoming narcissistic or something above other people. That's not the point, but finding the type of confidence in you, like valuing yourself clearly, basically. Next cards we have are from the Valentina Tarot, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you may be overworking yourselves. That's what I'm getting with these cards here. Because the Queen of Pentacles is incredibly stable. So your higher self may be telling you that, yes, you're doing a great job of working for yourself, of actually, you know, providing for yourself. But if you feel like you're constantly stuck and overworked, there needs to be some kind of change, even if it's a little change, basically, in your environment to make you feel like you can rest with the Hermit here. So even if some of you employ tactics like, I don't know, reading before bed, just relaxing energy, basically, to feel like you can start the day again in a far better mind frame, rather than just repeating cycles over and over again and feeling unhappy, basically. We have also the Page of Chalices. Yeah, starting new things happily with creativity at the forefront as well. Starting new things. So getting back to hobbies that you miss and just enjoying your presence, basically. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles here as well. Again, you're working for your pentacle. You're doing a damn good job of being financially stable here. But you may be overworking yourself. And if there are relationships that make you feel like you're in this kind of mentality, there needs to be some kind of change, or some kind of change in communication at the very least, or putting up boundaries, even if they're small boundaries, so that you don't feel depleted from these relationships. Yeah, for some of you, it may be time to take a holiday by yourself, or to spend some more time with yourself. And that doesn't mean that, you know, you have to go somewhere else. You could also spend time at home, I guess. But it's just a good time to look after yourself properly. And I mean that in terms of your mentality and what you would like to happen in your own life. Not just constantly working and you know, creating monetary abundance in your life, but like at what cost? At your happiness cost. Or the cost of your happiness, rather. Next cards we have are from the Manara Erotic Tarot, and we have the Two of Water, so Two of Cups, and also the Three of Cups. I love this card. It's seriously pretty. But yeah, there's a lot of happiness coming towards you, but I feel like your higher self actually wants you to spend time with the people that make you happy, that make you feel like you're on top of the world, that make you feel like you are connected, and like your opinion matters, like you can communicate healthily with them, basically. Okay. Yeah, some of you may be overworking yourself, spending a lot of time on your own, potentially ignoring your friends, maybe. And I feel like this is a bit of a call to spend time with people that actually matter to you, and to showcase that they matter to you, but also to accept that you matter to them, basically. Because maybe some of you have been ostracizing yourself, isolating yourself, I guess that's probably a better way to put it. And yeah, you've been working a lot on your confidence, on yourself, creating more peace in your life, but it's been going, I feel like it's been going in a circle, basically. Like, it's not that it's not going anywhere, it's more that you may be taking the self-work to a disproportionate amount, where you're doing all of that work. But if you're doing all of that work on your own, you're coming out of circles of friendships, of like, you know, the circles you've created with people around you. They're going to feel your absence, basically. And if that's what you want, that's all cool, but then you have to create new circles for yourself. And I feel like that's what you're meant to be doing now, creating circles that benefit you, basically. And I don't mean benefit you in the sense that you're just gonna keep taking from people. I mean that in a sense where you actually become friends with the people around you, and you feel like you're connecting with people, basically. Because the game isn't to be played alone, and you don't have a home. Well, yes, you are your home internally. Ultimately, you are your home. You will always be with yourself. You will always have your mind, you know, to contend with, to speak with, all of that jazz. But like, a home feels like home because all of the people in those 4 walls, in however many walls there are, to be fair, are team players, basically. So yeah, I feel like a message from your higher self is to trust yourself and to actually find circles where you can trust the people that you surround yourself with. But yes, continue to build on your confidence. It's working in your favor. Just don't take it too far where you actually isolate yourself, basically. That's what I'm getting from these anyway. Last cards we have are from the Spiritual Tarot, and we have the Empress. Just gorgeous, to be honest. And also the High Priest. Oh my god, and the High Priestess. Okay, well, you have the two, well, the same thing really here with the Empress and the High Priestess in terms of like energy wise. Both are the, well, one of them is more the mother in physical terms, and then the other one is more the mother in the spiritual astral realms. So it's about literally balancing out your physical and also your emotional slash intuitive natures, basically. So again, taking a rest but also knowing when to be present physically as well is incredibly important for you. You already have it all, basically. The message is to just trust both your physical needs and also, well, sorry, it's more to trust yourself, but you also have to take care of your physical needs and not put some needs above others, i.e. working on yourself consistently and all of the knowledge you have, you know, secreted, created, all of that jazz. You have to make time both for pleasure and for learning, basically. You can't constantly, and by learning I really do also mean working, because that is a type of learning in itself. But yeah, you have to make time for pleasure as well, basically. Although in that case, please don't go seeking pleasure from people that will deplete you, basically, with the King of Wands and the Devil. And pleasure, however you take that one, more in a sexual way. But like, you have to take care of yourself both on an emotional and a physical level. And I feel like you've been taking care of yourself on a financial level to the nth degree. Like, you're literally fine. If you needed a what's called a reminder, I guess, that you are doing great financially, yeah, you are. Like, you can relax, it's okay, basically. But you just need to focus more on your happiness as well, basically. Like, where are you going with this financial stability? Is your happiness at the not that it has to be at the complete forefront, because, you know, you still need money for like rainy days and all of that jazz. But money does rule this world and stuff. But it's just like, are you actually happy with where you're going? Is all. That's really it. But yeah, again, with these two, you have it together. You're very much aligned with your higher self and with your physical self and stuff like that. It's more so about balancing how you treat yourself and how you treat others, basically, or what energy you allow in your circle, so that you can actually feel pleasure as well as like you're constantly learning, which you are, because by being here on earth every single minute, I guess, you're literally, you know, in touch with frequencies and all of that jazz. But this is what I have for you. I hope this has resonated. Feel free to stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Pile 2, you've chosen time to go, and well, this doesn't get any more serious, I guess, or any more like on the dot, I guess, or whatever you really call it. But there may be a relationship or someplace you feel like you've outgrown and you want to go, or your intuition is nagging you to go. There's a niggling feeling somewhere deep inside you being like, you gotta go, like you gotta move, it's time to pack up, or at least go on a holiday or something like that, basically. But there's something here that needs to go. And by that I also mean some of you, you've been having project ideas or just ideas in general you've been either romanticizing or just playing around in your mind with, but not actually putting them out into the world. So i.e. if you've been writing or just thinking and not writing, I don't know, in that kind of sense, if there's creative projects you're doing inside your head, or you're doing physically but you're hiding them from the world, time to go may also mean that it's time to put them in action, basically. So read that how you will, basically, but for that one will resonate with some people. So first cards we have are from the Weird Cat Tarot, and we have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay, time to go. Okay, well, for most of you, this may have something to do with boundaries. Again, with the working, with like creating new ideas and things like that and putting them out into the world, it's a good time for you to communicate those clearly as well. For some of you, this really does have to do with boundaries though. So if you have someone in your field of vision, I guess, who is constantly like, I don't know, they're not respecting your boundaries, anything like that. They're not respecting you, your time, your essence. You're gonna have to speak to them very clearly about what they're doing, basically, and how that's affecting you and how that needs to change so that you can actually be in this relationship with them. And it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. For some of you, I'm getting that it could be like a mother-in-law kind of relationship. I don't know, Queen of Swords, a mother type relationship, or a mother figure rather. But it could be anyone. It doesn't have to be male, female, you know, whatever it is there. But yeah, someone needs to realize that you're the present under the tree as well. So that may resonate with some of you here, but they may not be. They may be treating you as something else entirely. And you just need to be treated right here, basically. And for some of you, you do know that. And if this person doesn't agree to treat you right, well, it might be time for someone to go. Whether you kick them out to the curb or you just leave, yeah, I don't know. But it's giving vibes that someone's gonna have to go, basically. And again, if it's a project, then you need to be clear on what you want to happen with this project, and you need to start actualizing it in real life, because it's actually going to benefit you. And it's going to feel like a release, like you know what you're doing, like your passion is being actualized. Next cards we have are from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have the Six of Wands. There we go. Success is right on its way for you. The Star and the Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, well, if this is a relationship, there's a lot of healing that will be happening. I feel like the person who is on your mind, who isn't treating you in the best way possible, you just need to talk. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, lay down your sword, or actually showcase your sword, I guess, but communicate clearly, basically, and I think it'll go so much better than you think it will, basically. So again, maybe for some of you it's not even time to go away from this person, it's just to clarify the boundaries and what can be done to repair this relationship, if repairing is needed. It will go better than you expected though. With the Two of Cups, that's like loving energy. It's connecting on a very, very lovely level. And then with the Star, we have a lot of healing, also being in the spotlight. So again, if this is about a project that needs to be actualized, there will be a lot of success involved, and it will hit more it will resonate with more people than you think it will, basically. A lot more people will be valuing what you have to say, what you've given basically into the world, the thing you've birthed, your brainchild. Yeah, it's time to actualize it. Whatever it is, it's a good time to put it out into the world, basically. Like, you're ready. You may think you're not ready, but you're more ready than you think you are. There we go. But yeah, next cards we have are from the Valentina Tarot, and we have the Moon. That's sort of major arcana. Well, you know, but more so in terms of like a very starry major arcana, like darkness, the moon, the star. It's like the end kind of thing, or closer to the end anyway. But Six of Swords and the Queen of Chalices. We have two queens here. And again, this may be a relationship with a mother figure, or a relationship with someone who takes on a mothering energy, basically. So it could also be a father, I guess, but someone who does a lot of looking after, basically. So whatever this relationship is, it is heading in a better direction. With the Six of Swords here, that's moving to calmer waters. So for some of you, you may be moving out as well. You may be telling this person that, Jesus, that you're going, with the Ace of Swords here, or You're putting your foot down basically on something, and it's gonna go so much better than you think it will. I feel like for some of you, this person has been waiting for you to put down your foot and be like, these are my boundaries, you're not gonna cross them, please respect them, else I'll leave, kind of thing. And I don't mean this in an ultimatum way, whatever you call it, but or pronounce it rather, but at the same time, boundaries can appear as ultimatum sometimes. It's literally about putting your foot down and being like, well, you're gonna respect me because I deserve respect as a normal human being. Like, I am here to be respected, and that's exactly what you're gonna do. And if you don't like it, well, if someone doesn't want to respect you, they're clearly not there to actually add anything to your life apart from stress and pain. So quite frankly, that is a very necessary boundary there. So again, communication is key here. Moving to calmer waters is definitely necessary, and it will happen. There will be a lot of communication, and it will solve a lot of problems, if you will. But yeah, again, with the moon as well, you feel like it may not go as planned, and it probably won't go as planned, to be fair, but it will go better than what you're thinking it will go as, basically. Okay, next cards we have are from the Manara Oracle, Erotic Tarot, not the Oracle. We have the Ace of Earth, which is coins, pentacles, that's it, and then the Six of Fire, Six of Wands. Again, dude, it's going in your favor. There will be a physical, for some of you, not a fist fight or whatever, but like a physical, what do you even call this, a gift of some kind, a talk, like the actualization of a project, or if it is about communicating with another person, that will happen. Like, it will be a physical, in your face kind of conversation that gets things going into a far better place, basically. But again, with the Six of Fire coming twice, success is here for you. So your higher self's message is that you need to embrace it. Like, that spotlight is literally here for you, not for somebody else, for you. So if there are people who are in your vicinity who don't want you to be in the spotlight or anything like that, who want you to stay hidden like the moon is protected either way, to be honest. But even the moon shines. Well, it doesn't shine because light reflects off the sun and it hits the moon and stuff and all of that jazz, but it's still seen. You can't keep the truth from, what is it, from the sun, the moon, and something else, I can't remember it. The only things you can't hide are the sun, the moon, and the truth, or whatever it was, the saying, I can't remember it, but some of you may remember it, to be fair, so that may resonate with someone. But yeah, you can't keep hiding yourself. If this is a project, if this is about creating, you know, bliss in your life, things like that, your higher self's message is that you need to go. Like, it's time to stop playing small, basically. If that's what you've been doing anyway, if you've been like swallowing your pride down, swallowing your, like, your whole essence down, basically making yourself small for other people's convenience, you can't do that any longer. Like, you have far too much power here, and you can't stuff it down any longer, basically. There is so much for you to do, so much for you to embrace, and you have to let yourself be who you are authentically, basically. And if that, what is it? If that creates a riot in someone else's perception of you, in their own bubble, whatever it is, really, you gotta let that bubble burst, because it's gonna go so much better anyway for you. And if that person is meant to stay with you, they're gonna respect your boundaries. And I mean that even if it's a relationship, a romantic type relationship, or a familial or other friendship kind of thing, whatever it is, it's gonna work itself out the way it's meant to. And if that person is meant to stay with you, they will, basically. But you have to let yourself shine, because that's exactly what you're meant to be doing. So if there is something that you continuously stop yourself from doing, well, this is it. The message from your higher self is that you got to start doing that thing. And if you can't because of paralyzing anxiety, or what else is there, like procrastination, all of that stuff, like worrying that people are gonna judge you and things like that, yeah, they will, they really fucking will. But at the same time, you may as well do the thing you're passionate about, because if you're not gonna do it, then who's gonna do it? You gotta do it anyway, basically, even if you don't feel like you don't want to do it. Like, ultimately you do want to do it, you're just scared of other people's reaction to it. But like, everyone's always gonna have a reaction, people are always gonna judge, so they may as well judge you for doing the thing that you want to do, rather than judge you for stuff that you couldn't. I don't even know how to explain this, to be honest, but you're gonna be in the spotlight regardless, basically. It's just a matter of accepting it now. You will be protected as well. The moon always gives me protection vibes. I don't know why. I know a lot of tarot readers read it as like uncertainty, fogginess. Even I do, to be fair, sometimes. But like these past few readings, I've seen it more as like actually letting your power shine, even if it seems like the sun is gonna swallow it, or there are other bigger stars around you and things like that. Yeah, but you are you. Like, you matter as you are, basically. And again, there will be some kind of physical remuneration, a physical event, something like that, that's gonna really showcase that you are powerful enough as you are. There's just gonna be something given to you, or you're gonna feel like something has been given to you, like a new start, life, whatever. I don't even know what to call it, to be honest. It just gives me the idea that something's gonna basically really start going and paying off, basically. And you'll be more supported than you think you will be with the both with the Ace of Pentacles, but also with the Two of Cups here. There will be so much more support than you think. Also, we have 2 aces. Holy shit. So 2 aces and then 2 Six of Wands. Whatever you're doing, you're meant for the spotlight, or whatever it is that you're doing, you're meant to embrace it wholly, because it will be the thing that makes you feel like your life is working in your favor, you know, like your passions are actually actualized and you feel happy being here, basically. Last cards we have are from the Spiritual Tarot, and we have Death and the Lovers. If there's a relationship that needs to end, it will end. That will have to be accepted by some. If it's not about a relationship, it's about making decisions to kill off the old you. That sounds really weird, but to be honest, like we're already doing that kind of stuff. We're already entering a stage, a phase, a new life kind of thing. Like, there's a new you emerging already, and you gotta let that new you emerge, basically. What else is there? What am I getting from this? Yeah, you have choices to make, basically. That's what your higher self has to say to you. Or, yeah. There are choices to be made here about who you want, what you want, and how you're gonna go about getting it, basically. And there's a lot of, what's it called? I don't know, the moon, the star, and death themselves are giving me the vibes that you're not sacrificing anything to get what you want. Apart from your old self concept, basically, but that's outdated anyway. I feel like some of you have been in the stages where you're already outgrowing your old self, but you haven't fully stepped into your new self yet. So you're in between stages, you're in between finding a new cocoon, a new shell kind of thing, like a crab out of its shell, basically, or a lobster out of its shell kind of thing. Well, that's not the best way to say it, but like, you know, you're finding your new place, you're finding your new groove, you're doing your thing. You just gotta let yourself flow and shine, because you will be regardless. You just basically need to trust yourself and trust the fact that you're going where you're meant to go here. And some of you are genuinely meant for the spotlight, so you really need to embrace that, basically. Like, you need to feel like you can, because you deserve it. Like, if you want something but you keep stopping yourself from having it, it's because you have limiting beliefs on why you should have this thing, basically. So if you've convinced yourself that you're less than, or you're not enough, and all of that jazz, it's gonna take time to kill off that old self, but it will be done regardless. The Lovers is a positive decision forward, and you've been making loads lately, and they're literally gonna start paying off with the Six of Wands here twice. I'm looking for the other one. Twice. So yeah, whatever you're doing, you're protected. Just keep going, because the stardom that you wish for is coming for you. And if it's not stardom necessarily, like, I don't know, TikTok fame, or whatever, that kind of jazz, then it's about what you want to be known for, what legacy you're leaving behind, kind of thing. So yeah, if you're working, then it's at work. Like, you're gonna get the recognition you deserve. Whatever it is you're doing, basically, you want the recognition, you want the appreciation, because you deserve it. And for those of you that make yourself small, well, you still deserve it. It's still gonna come to you. It's just gonna be much slower, to be honest. But yeah, this is just a call from your higher self to start accepting yourself, your power, and to really just embody the love you deserve for yourself first and foremost. Let the past die, or at least the limiting beliefs that you've had, basically. And I say had on purpose. But yeah, this is what I have for you. If it resonated, feel free to stick around, and see you in the next one, or the previous one. Pile 3, you've chosen Thinker, And what your higher self has to say that is that for some of you, you may have been thinking way too much, to the point where you feel a bit like dumbed down and you're just like, my brain is on fire kind of thing. That's how I'm reading it anyway. 44 is significant, or it may be for some of you. So the what's called the angel number 44, the 444 may be important as well. Just stuff like that. Some of you may be reaching the 44 birthmark. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know, happy birthday if you're turning 44. But yeah, you may have been overthinking is what I'm getting from this, and your higher self may be telling you that it's okay to just sit and, you know, relax instead of consciously and constantly overthink and make your mind go wild with all of the scenarios and where it could all go, either correctly or wrongly, basically. Well, if it's actually correctly, like if you're imagining the best for yourself, in that case continue manifesting, because that's the best way to go forth, you know. But I'm taking this as someone who is continuously overthinking about the negative things and how things can go bad. They won't. You can relax, basically. Or at least I hope that's what's the word, enough encouragement to make you feel like things are actually going to go well, basically. First cards we have are from the Weird Cat Tarot, and we have the Three of Pentacles and also strength. Okay, have the strength here to talk about what you're feeling with other people, to delegate accordingly, to work with other people. For some of you, this may be to go to therapy. I'm just saying, you know, whatever, nothing wrong with that. And also the stigma with that should quite frankly be removed. But yeah, again, if it is about expressing yourself wholly, fully, all of that jazz, you can, and there are people around you who literally wish to see you express yourself fully, basically. So some of you may be overthinking your own place on earth, like what your purpose is, what your passion is, what do you want to do with yourself, basically. The real answer is, and again, this applies to you, from you, not from me telling you what to do. So, but the answer that I'm coming up with right now is that you have to be surrounded by people, but like by the right people, obviously. But like if you're in the space where you're constantly overthinking and by yourself and you're ostracizing yourself, isolating yourself, things like that, if you're putting yourself in a space where you feel like you're alone, it's a good time to come out of your shell and actually communicate with people that you know are right for you, basically. Nurture yourself kindly with softness without the T at the end. I don't know why that came out, but yeah. Next cards we have from the Moon Power Tarot, and we have Temperance in reverse. Okay, interesting. 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, and also the six of Pentacles. Again, all of that work you've been doing internally, it's starting to showcase on the outside level. So if you've been overthinking in the negative sense, it'll start manifesting outwardly. Just as if you're continuously working on yourself and making yourself feel better on the inside, it'll start showcasing on the outside. Whatever you do on the inside presents itself on the outside. Think of it that way, basically. Think again with the thinker card. But yeah, you're materializing your success, basically. You're materializing all of the things you want from your internal self out into the external, basically. And for some of you, you're not talking to other people enough. Again, you need more space and time to communicate and to connect with other people, not to constantly be on your own, basically. I don't want this to seem like a nag for you to go out there and be yourself with other people and, you know, put yourself out there and blah 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 blah. But like, enough is enough if you've been spending a lot of time on your own. Like, this is a call from your higher self to be like, alright, cool, time to go out, time to party, well, not party necessarily, but like, you know, time to work with people rather than just be on your own. If you love to work on your own and things like that, okay, I mean, for some of you, working on your own is actually a positive thing, but you have to be clear on what you want, basically. And I feel like you have been becoming clear with the 7 of Cups in reverse, because 7 of Cups in the upright is someone who has a lot of options, and I feel like you've been making decisions to cut down some options. You've been cutting out things that don't serve you, basically, but also just potentially some things that do serve you too. So you've been, what is the word, like hunkering down on some items, but also potentially just again, spending more than enough time on your own, to the point where currently it's becoming a bit of a burden, basically. That's how I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go to the next cards, which are from the Valentina Tarot, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, cool. The High Priestess. And the Page of Wands in reverse. Okie dokie. Whatever I said, just trust yourself, because you know better than I do. This is, again, just a tarot reading. But on that note, if you're cultivating your confidence right now, that's key. Your higher self is here to tell you that that is literally the most important thing you can do. But at the same, this is kind of reminiscent of the first pile, but I feel like it's a bit backward, in the sense that you were in the first stages of like isolating yourself. But like, or maybe spending too much time alone, again, either way. But like, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit for how far you have come, in terms of how confident you have become, for some of you. And it's time to like literally put out the seeds from the inside to the outside again, and look at what you've manifested, basically, clearly, with your eyes wide open, because you've done a lot for yourself, and now it's time to showcase yourself to the outer world, basically, for some of you. But yeah, you have an equal amount of what do you even call this, of inner knowledge and then outward appearances, basically. What does that even, you know what, you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside. That's how I'm gonna leave it. But like, sure, everybody is, but like, there's an emphasis here of being beautiful on the inside and on the outside, because you possess a lot of knowledge for some of you on actual like magical stuff, and tarot, esoteric knowledge, that kind of stuff. For others of you, you just possess a lot of knowledge in your work field, and you're working on how to deliver it in a very confident manner to other people, so that they also understand. They will take it better than you expect them to, with the Three of Pentacles here, because this is about working with other people. But with the Temperance and also the with the Page of Wands in reverse, I feel like sometimes the way you communicate can come off as someone, okay, how do I say this? It comes across as someone who is consistently working on their own. So you don't necessarily, what is it? You have, if you're a single child, that syndrome where the way you compete is like, it's obvious you're a single child, basically. So I feel like it's just time to start sharing, basically, your ideas, your love, things like that. Like, you've been alone, a lone wolf for long enough, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from these anyway. But next cards we have are from the Manara Erotic Tarot, and we have the Punishment, which in this deck is the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so some of you may feel like if you communicate if you communicate with other people in general, that there may be some kind of lashing coming after you. Like, if you tell them the truth, or if you tell them something, that it will be done in such a manner that it'll hurt feelings, it'll hurt everything that's happening, basically. And like, you feel like they will ostracize you if you tell them. So if there is a deep dark secret that you know of something, and you really want to share it, but you've been keeping it to yourself for whatever reason, i.e. feeling that it would hurt someone if you share this, actually, good point. For some of you, this could be knowledge of a third party kind of situation, and you keeping it into yourself, i.e. a friend is cheating on another or something like that. I don't know, it could also be with you, to be fair, but it's a clear sign that you expect the worst to happen, but your intuition keeps telling you that something is going to grow out of this, basically, in a far better way than you expected to. But at the same time, there may be some kind of struggle before that, or you feel like there will be punishment for something that you say, basically. I don't think there will be, though. That's the thing. Okay, some of you are convincing yourself that there will be punishment here for whatever you have to say, but you don't want to say it because you want to delay the inevitable, basically, the impossible, whatever it is you want to call it, basically. It's going to happen regardless. Whatever you're hiding, or like the knowledge that you possess, it needs to come out. So it better come out in the right way, basically, from your mouth as well, basically, rather than from someone else's mouth who suddenly learned of this thing and they decide to chat shit, basically. So yeah, there might be a confession, and some of you may have been overthinking here whether or not you should share this confession that you have. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it from your raw self, and you have to trust that the other person will take it the way they're meant to take it. because the way they react to the knowledge that you give has nothing to do with you, basically. You have to trust that the other person can self-regulate their emotions accordingly, because you're not their mother. Well, you know, but even if you were, like, people are their own people. You can't be the one who's constantly monitoring how they'll react to whatever you have to say. You can't pander to everybody's emotional states, basically. You have to say what you want to say and mean it, and they have to take that with, well, however they take it, basically, but they have to know that you don't mean them the worst. But yeah, interesting. Last cards we have are from the Spiritual Tarot, and we have Strength again and the Fool. Yep, the Fool here. Okay, well, take a step, take a leap of a leap of faith, because it'll go better. You will be caught, basically. The universe will catch you if you take a leap forward, but then also it will catch you with a lot of strength, with pizzazz. Like, it'll actually seem like you are if you jump off a cliff, oh my god, not literally, but if you take the jump, you will be caught and you end on something fluffy. I don't know why I'm getting the imagery. Strength doesn't give me fluffy energy, but at the same time, if you do jump, you will be caught by something fluffy. You will end on a much softer side than you actually expected it to go, basically. Okay, whatever you've been overthinking about, the whatever, I don't know what it is, to be honest. I can speculate and do all of that jazz for God knows how long, but at the same time, just employ the message as it's meant to be received, I guess, whatever. But there's something you've been overthinking about and, like, eating yourself up about. Whatever it is, it will be actualized. So you may as well confess it in a manner that you wish to confess it. If it feels like you need to write it down first and then burn the paper or soak the paper in water, or I don't know, whatever. If you don't want to speak about it, but you want it out of your system, writing is a good way to do that. And if you want to showcase another person, then go forth. If not, then that's fine too, but you need to feel better on the inside first, basically. So your higher self, the message is that, like, you gotta express it. It has to come out of you, basically. And I mean you specifically, not someone else, because that can have its own consequences. But, like, the consequences you were expecting, they will come about if you actually don't confess. So there is a confession that you need to make, basically, whatever it is, job related, relationship related, again, someone cheating and all of that jazz, and you being like, should I tell them, should I not? It's a good time. I feel like you'll be in far better hands, your own first as well. Also, the Queen of Wands, incredibly confident here, but you gotta catch yourself first, and you will. Your higher self will also catch you. Like, the landing will be padded, basically. Ay. This is what I have for you. I hope this resonated. If it didn't, feel free to pick another pile, but it probably did anyway. But anyways, whatever. This is it, and thank you for being here, and see you in the next one, or the previous one. But yeah.